Boise State takes on Penn State in the Fiesta Bowl in Glendale, Arizona, in the college football playoff quarterfinals. Yes, the quarterfinals, not a semifinal, a quarterfinal here in a neutral site game. What this game comes down to, what I think is the factor of this game is, can Boise State block Penn State? Because SMU couldn't block Penn State. They couldn't even come and sniff of blocking Penn State. So can Boise State block Penn State? That's the name of the game. We know what Boise State wants to do. They want to feed Ashton Jeanty. They want to run the ball. But the thing here with Boise State, I don't think they're that much of a one-trick pony. Like, I think this Boise State team can pass the ball if they need to, and they're going to need to in this game. They're going to have to find a way to get Jeanty the ball through the air, not just handing it off, because I don't know if they're going to be able to run the ball in this Penn State defense. This Penn State defense is so good against the run, and when they out-talent you in the trenches, crazily, it's going to be very, very hard to run the ball. Madsen, the quarterback for Boise State, is going to have to play tremendous in this game. He's going to have an elite game. He's going to have to play better than Jennings did for SMU in the pre-quarterfinal game. It's going to have to be a must here. Can he do it? I don't know. I think it's a very tough ask to do. I think Penn State is going to be able to score on Boise State. Yes, this D-line is pretty good for Boise State. It's probably better than SMU. I would say Boise State is a better team than SMU. I don't think that's a hot take. And this is where things get weird, because when you look at the line of this game, which is consensusly 11.5, 10.5 right now at BetMGM, actually. I might grab that. But when we look at this line, the odds are saying that Boise State is 3 points worse than SMU is. And this is a neutral. This is not a home game for Penn State. This is a neutral site game, which favors Boise State a little bit more, especially a neutral site that is closer to them in Idaho than it is in Penn State here in Arizona. But yet the line's 3 points bigger. And the question you should be asking yourself, is that a big enough adjustment for this game? Is 11.5, 3 points more than the 8.5 they were giving SMU? Is that a big enough adjustment for this game for you to be able to take Boise State in this one? Again, I think a lot of people are going to want to compare this game to the Boise State-Oregon game we saw earlier in the season. Oregon's defense is not Penn State's defense, okay? Penn State does not give up explosive plays. They don't. This defense does not. And they're not going to allow Jeanty to gash them the whole night. It's just not going to happen. And you know who does give up a big-time explosive plays? Boise State. You know who is one of the worst tackling teams in the country? It's Boise State, and they have to be able to tackle, especially this really good running back duo that Penn State has. I just think this game is going to be won on the defensive line of the ball for Penn State. And I think they're going to be able to do enough in the air to win this game, because I don't think the secondary for Boise State is going to hold up. The question becomes, will they cover the 10.5, 11.5 number? I think they will. Okay, I think this story is going to be, it's going to be favorite, and we're ultimately going to get down to the 4 teams that would have just been here if we had a 14 playoff. I think that's what's going to happen. And everyone's going to be like, well, what was the whole point of this 12-team playoff? And they're going to abandon it here in a first season. A lot of fans are, but I think it's just a weird season where we think and feel like there's a lot of teams that are in it this year, but then it turns out they're not, right? Ultimately, I think Penn State wins this game. I think they dominate them in the trenches on the defensive side of the ball. They ultimately are going to score. So I'll take Penn State. I'll lay the 10.5. I don't know if I would lay like 12 might be the limit. 12.5, 13.5. I would not lay that big, but I think 10.5 is good. If you could find a 10.5, I would lay 10.5. 11.5, I would lay it, but that's about the limit there. Ultimately, my name is Joshua. So if you like college sports, you like sports in general, I promise this is the channel for you. I'm a little sick, so sorry if my voice was a little weird in this recording. If you like the channel, please hit the subscribe button. It's a icon somewhere right here down the bottom. Watch these videos that YouTube recommends, and watch the playlist because it has all my college football playoff videos that are in it right now. If you're watching this the day of the Fiesta Bowl, all the other college games are probably on there already, so go check them out as well. My name's Joshua C. We are getting ready for a monster 2025 for us, hopefully. Thank you.